It's been a minute, but I'm back, baby.
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
Woo! It's been a minute, but I'm back, baby. Okay? Do you hear what the fuck I'm saying? It's been a minute. It's been quite some time, but I'm still here, okay? Before we get into it, y'all already know I'm going to plug it in. It's the holiday season, so you might as well go to houseofexpression.com/Zoraxia and pick up the merchandise, pick up the ebook that you totally and truly and desperately need, okay? Also, listen, I'm doing a Q&A, all right? So y'all need to leave y'all questions in the fucking comments of this video. Leave your questions in the comments of this video. I don't know when I will release it, but it will definitely be either next week or it will be the first week of January, okay? So just go ahead, ask me what y'all want to ask me. I know y'all shady asses gonna ask all type of questions. Just ask me in the comments and I'm gonna do a video. I know it's gonna have 2 parts because y'all asked me the questions. But those are just the announcements for this week. Leave questions in my comments so I can answer it. Go to houseofexpression.com and we're gonna get into this goddamn video, okay? Now, Miss Normani, I did see on Twitter that you're gonna go ahead and edit the waves video. You said you spent 12 hours editing the waves video, and I don't know what's going on, sis, but all I know is that you're learning all of the art forms, you're learning all of the editing skills, I don't know, girl, behind the scenes skills that you need to conquer the whole industry, hands-on type of tease, creative direction in your own career. That's what I love, that's what I live for. So I hope that you keep doing shit like this, and I also hope that the waves video is everything that you want it to be, and I hope that it snatches my hair from the root, okay? That's all I have to say on that, Queen Normani. I'm ready to see waves, and honestly, what is making waves is this Fortnite situation. Now, we've all been knowing that Fortnite has been carrying on, okay? Acting like they created these dances when in all actuality, they stole their asses from other people. Now, the only one that is questionable to me is that kid doing the little dance, you know, I don't know, girl, I can't do that shit. Doing the dance, I'm just like, sis, you didn't make that dance up. And that's just, I don't know, y'all can get mad at me for saying that shit, but he didn't make that dance up. But Miss Carlton, she's out there suing. Fresh Prince is not having that shit. Carlton asked that girl, I need that shit, I need my fucking money. Snoop Dogg is suing their asses. Now, I want to see how these cases will go forward because I don't know how copyright law, I saw somewhere that they said if you're the one who first did the fucking dance and it's in something tangible, I don't know what they meant by that, or it's in like a movie or it's in a video or some shit like that, you have rights to it whether you registered it or not. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like for Fortnite, but I can imagine it's not going to be pretty. So these first look pictures of the Aladdin movie came out, and I don't know, girl, I feel like I should just shut the fuck up for now, because these movies have been tricking my ass with the shit they release for first promos versus the shit they release when the movie's actually about to come out. So I'm gonna hold my tongue on this. I guess we'll see what the trailers will serve us, but I don't know, girl, it's not making me feel good. I don't know, sis. Now Will Smith did get up there and say that I'm actually blue. This is just my human form. As a genie, I'm disguised as a human, but I'm actually blue. The CGI made me blue. I'm like, all right, girl. Like, I don't know, girl. Tell me what y'all think about this shit in the comments, but I don't know, sis. I don't know. But what I do know is that Jafar, sweetie, I don't know. I'm rooting for the villain. Okay, because he can choke me. I'm rooting for the villain in this particular scenario because the way that he's constructed, I want to see what's really going down during these Arabian Nights. I do want to see. I was just talking about wanting to see, and Ray J took his ass. Now, I can't stand Ray J ass most of the time. I think he's corny. But he took his ass to the Breakfast Club, honey, and he was showing, let me just show you.
Talk about. All right.
Reggie, what is going on?
You get what I'm saying? So when you driving,
it's like the opposite of Dwayne Wayne.
I'm just saying, if you get sleepy and you like watching TV and you like, man, I need to go to sleep and you don't want to break your glasses, you go down like that and you just like, you just pass out.
Yes, ma'am, he was showing off these glasses, honey. He was showing off these glasses. Now, in the beginning, I was laughing. But then I got to the part where he moved that shit down a little bit so you can sleep on the side. I'm just like, true glasses wearers know that is actually a godsend. That is a melodies from heaven type of tease. So what I'm gonna need for Ray J to do is release whatever type of, I don't know, payment plans. What's going on? I need to see what's going on. I need to see what's going on with that shit. Because as a glasses wearer, I do wear contacts, and I got some glasses I do wear when I'm not making videos and when I'm not outside. So this is a very interesting idea, Ray J. You still corny as hell, baby. But that you might be onto something with that. And since we're already talking about glasses, I do want to see something a little bit more clearer. That's why I need those glasses. Because every time Sway Lee posts something on Instagram, I'm just like, girl, there a print, here a print, everywhere a print. I feel like I'm at Kinko's. What's going on, Sway Lee? Now, I don't mind it at all, baby. And it don't matter if you're a grower or a shower.
I would like to see it.
All that matters is that you're giving people the content that they deserve and that they require. So if y'all aren't aware, Sway Lee's showing all type of goods on Instagram. He's talking about it's an accident. I would like to know how much of it really is an accident like he claims, because he loves to show them goods off, and I love watching. All right, so do what you got to do, Sway Lee. Ain't nobody mad at you. Now, speaking of people I'm not mad at Fenty Beauties. I am not mad at Fenty's goddamn marketing team. I don't know who is working over there. I don't know what's going on, but y'all marketing team is 100,000% on it. Y'all had Tiffany, you got New York ass up there.
This is magnificent. I'm the original HBIC, Fenty Beauty. I'm so excited for it.
Yes, ma'am, she is ready to sell us these products. I'm just like, this is the marketing that a lot of other companies think that they're doing, but they're not actually doing it. Y'all are reaching directly into your niche, into your audience, you know what I mean? Y'all, I don't know what type of research y'all doing. Maybe it's just scrolling Twitter, maybe it's focus groups. Whatever your marketing division is doing, keep it up, because this shit, it was really cute, okay? When I first saw the tweet with the video, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is a collaboration sent from Olympus. This is exactly what was needed, what was required. The HBIC, the iconic gift queen, reality TV show lioness herself, New York, hooking up with Fenty Beauty. That was great. Keep up the great work. Okay? Now, speaking of keeping up the great work, it seems like the only time Atlanta wants to do something great with its infrastructure, particularly with travel and the roads, is when they have visitors. I didn't even know, I really don't pay attention to sports, I guess, with my really extremely gay ass, sweetie. But I did not know that the Super Bowl was being held in Atlanta next year. Girl, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I need to make sure I'm not in this motherfucking city when that happens, and that's period. I need to make sure that I'm flued out to another location, because if Atlanta traffic already disgusting, and you're gonna bring the entire world to this little ass city, baby. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. Or at least I'm staying in my house for the whole entire week, and I'm not leaving, okay? But apparently Atlanta is working to repair as many potholes as possible before Super Bowl. And I'm just like, so y'all didn't want to start repairing these roads for your own goddamn people? Cause I'm sitting over here trying to drive home from a cute night with some friends and shit. The roads ain't lit up, first of all. The second of all, I'm driving through potholes as if they're Sonic coins. As if I'm playing a video game with Sonic the Hedgehog running through these fucking potholes. My coins are just disappearing. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Atlanta, keep this same energy for the visitors that y'all do for the residents. I should be able to go to Georgia's government and get a check every month for how y'all put my car through this stress every single moment. Y'all working on the roads whole year round and ain't shit fixed. So I thought that was very interesting. Also, another city has a slight problem, but it's a different problem. DC, there's been a lot of publications reporting that DC is filled with goddamn rats. Now that's not anything new, I'm sure. I mean, all that area, New York, DC, all that shit. But the recent rain kind of washed their asses out, and they running all over the place. And apparently there have been a few on the fucking White House lawn. Now I thought that was very interesting, because I was like, girl, aren't there already rats in the White House? And they completely are. And speaking of a rat that got flushed out, just like the rain came down, they got flushed the fuck out. Donald Trump's foundation, he had to shut that shit down. The New York District Attorney General, her ass came up there and they was like, sis, Trump, under the supervision of the government, will have to shut down his goddamn Trump, the whole foundation, the Trump Foundation. He has to shut it down. I mean, everybody in New York City knew what the hell was going on with Trump and his organization and his foundation. But it will be forced to dissolve. The Trump Foundation will be forced to dissolve because, you know, it's accused of a shocking pattern of illegality. Barbara Underwood, she's the Attorney General, she said, the foundation was accused of functioning as little more than a checkbook to serve Mr. Trump's business and political interests. They're shutting that shit on down. And what I found interesting is that he wasn't able to like settle out of anything. It wasn't like, oh, I'll pay this amount of money and I'll be good. No, like you had to shut the whole foundation down. It ain't no negotiation, it ain't no debate. Like, and they said that we're gonna take the money and give it to reputable organizations that have been approved by a judge. Reputable charity organizations. So I was just like, girl, it's coming. The walls are closing in. And speaking of walls closing in, I did pay attention to the whole Mike Flynn sentencing shit going on now. The judge went in on his ass during the hearing and said, girl, arguably you sold your country out. Treason, the word treason was even brought up. And then the judge said, girl, we're gonna take a recess and we're gonna come back. So I was reading and people were saying that a lot of times when judges make these statements, they're bold and loud like that against this person is to appease the people like us, but then that kind of frees the judge up to give a light sentence or a lighter sentence because he dragged his ass with words. So I paid attention to what happened next, and lo and behold, Mike Flynn is allowed, that his sentencing I think is pushed back to March. So what I think happened was that Mike Flynn was allowed to spend this Christmas with his family and shit, and you know, New Year's with his family before he gets shipped the fuck off to wherever the fuck he's going and before his sentencing starts. So I just think keep that in mind when we're talking about power dynamics and how people get locked the fuck up for, actually, let's talk about it right now. This individual, this black man named Paul McCombs, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, he went into a Huntington Bank branch in Brooklyn, Ohio to cash his paycheck on Saturday. And he even presented the tellers with 2 forms of identification, and they called the police on his ass. They said the check is too much. They were just like, they wanted to confirm with his employer that this is exactly how much he's making. So they called the police on him. They handcuffed his ass, put him in the back of a police car, and they confirmed they called his employer like he was a fucking toddler, like he's a child. And the employer had to confirm that was how much money that nigga was receiving. So it's like, we can't even deposit our own money into our own accounts as black people. But Mike Flynn ass, who's doing something extremely crazy, he's allowed all of these cushions and shit. So different people get treated differently based off of how they look, based off of how much money they have, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. So there was a New York Times investigation. Went on, and they came out with this headline: internal Facebook records show that the company gave Microsoft, Amazon, Netflix, and other tech giants far more intrusive access to your personal data than it ever disclosed. So what happened was that Facebook essentially ended up gathering data and giving it out to a lot of their partners. And some of this data included people's personal messages, like their inbox messages maybe, and you know, sending it to other tech giants and shit so they could do research. Now, in an interview, Steve Satterfield, and he's Facebook's director of privacy and public policy, he said that none of the partnerships, nothing that we're doing violated FTC's guidelines or rules. And so that's just that on that. And he's saying that we didn't use the information in any way that's illegal. He also said that Facebook is not required by the FTC to secure consent from us to send information like that out to other companies. Also, some of these other companies, you know, these Netflixes and Amazons and shit, they ended up saying, they released statements in rebuttal to this report saying that, hey, we didn't use any of this information, we didn't use this, we didn't use it, but they did not say that we never received it from Facebook. So that's what I want all of us to keep in mind. We already know that Facebook has huge problems with privacy and shit, but I mean, honestly, in this day and age, I don't expect anything to be private at this point. Like, girl, they just come and run it all up and through our shit. I just thought it was interesting how they like to defend themselves, like, oh girl, well actually, FTC said this ain't illegal, so girl, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Or just like, bitch, we might have got the information, but we ain't use it. Like, okay, sis. Like, what the the fuck are you talking about, bitch? My last message goes out to Chrisette Michelle. It is really unfortunate that you are experiencing such difficult times now. I saw you were depressed. I saw a lot of fucked up shit happen to you. And you were saying that your career is now down the tubes and shit. There was a recent report released about your ass, and I'm just like, I really want you to listen next time. And I want everyone to understand that all money ain't good money. I mean, you getting $200, $300, or $400,000 today, but what is that going to do for you tomorrow? If you're selling out the very people that could be the ones to support your ass. And I'm just like, girl, if these people gave as much of a fuck about you as you thought they did, they would be supporting you in a time like this. But instead, it's us saying, girl, yeah, girl, we tried to tell you. And these white hoes, they don't give a fuck. So that's what I'm saying. Selling out really ain't worth it in the long run, Chrisette. And I'm sorry that it took this for you to understand that. As for everybody else, I hope that you can have a good goddamn evening. I hope that it doesn't disintegrate into dry nothingness like Donald Trump's wig.